something from my perspective that I've noticed is homosexual men do not like to use protection. Now, let me paint the picture. You go get your fresh blood work done, you're feeling like you're born again, and you're ready to get out there in these streets and have a good time. But you're the kind of person who likes to take precaution. You want to make sure you just have as much control as possible over your sexual health. You can't control everything. Some things are skin to skin, some things are not. Some things you can protect with coverage, some things you can't. Some things, yeah, you just kind of you get it, like a ringworm, for example. However, you just try to do the best you can to make sure that doesn't happen. So yeah, you take the prep. Yeah, there's other things you can take out there. There's antibiotics for things you can get rid of. And we live in a time where I'm glad we have those things so I don't have to walk around with a certain level of paranoia due to histories of sexual diseases and stuff like that. We have that kind of mental protection now, and I feel so blessed to live in a time where I have that a little more sense of freedom than how guys might have had in the 80s and 90s. You can live your life and have fun, and now we have the mindset of, well, forget rubber protection. I totally understand that. For me, though, I do like to use a physical barrier method of protection. I still utilize the other tools at my disposal. For example, PrEP, the pill you can take once a day to help prevent things from you contracting stuff. Great. There's also the injectable version they have now, which if you like that, that's you. I prefer the pill. It's a mental thing, like taking it daily. That's my own trauma to unpack. That's why I'm here. Guys who have sex with guys, for the record, I'm bisexual. But the thing is, when you're with a man, it's a homosexual act. That's why I like to speak in this certain way. We're not talking about heterosexuals right now, but I can tell you birth control is what PrEP is to the homosexual community and vice versa. So, homosexual men, and since it's just men on men, it's kind of just like, well, there's no pregnancy risk, so we can just freaking do it without a physical barrier of protection. Now, for me, I like the physical barrier of protection. It gives me a certain peace of mind that no pill, injection, antibiotic will give me. And I appreciate it. And I'm somebody who's like, if I'm gonna do a hookup, like that's fine. Like, forget all the beginning acts, like the building up to it. I just like it ready to go, be bent over, ready to go for me, so I could just get to it. I don't need you to do anything to me down here with your mouth and none of that. I'm gonna just put this rubber on and get it done. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I like it. What I've come to notice is there's a huge amount of men who are offended by this. Can you believe it? They're offended that I would suggest a physical barrier method of protection, which is crazy to me. They're almost just like, oh, I'm on PrEP. I do antibiotics and I'm good. As if that should mean something to me. I'm like, I'm glad you're good and I'm glad you're telling me this. It makes me feel even more comfortable to deal with you on a physical level. But I still like my physical barrier of protection. I'm glad you're up on your stuff, and this is how I stay up on my stuff. Then here's this one. Then they go, oh, you're not clean? Which that form of speaking is very, I don't know if the primitive, archaic. We don't say clean anymore, but this is just the words people use. This is what is at their vocabulary. And I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I'm clear. I'm all clear. Oh, then you should be good to like enter me without a physical barrier of protection. I'm just like, Well, I stay clear from my methods, so why should I not use that method anymore because of you? And normally, like I said, from my perspective, it's bottoms. I say bottoms because normally I'm just trying to top. I'm not really trying to bottom for anybody unless I like really like you or something. And I get it. It's more enjoyable maybe for them. They're more comfortable. Maybe that's what it is. However, I like a physical barrier. And they make you feel guilty for wanting to use this physical barrier. And I don't feel guilty, but they kind of like shame you into to take it off. They're like, well, like say like, oh, you're not good. I'm good. I don't know about you. Okay. Well, in between your last test, your last 3-month test, who have you been with? Have you asked them their status? Have they even cared about their status? Or have they just kind of gone with it and went with whatever you suggested and there was no conversation? Unlike me, I like to have a conversation. You have to take your own sexual health and put it into your own hands. I do that. I take responsibility best I can. So it's like having home protection or car protection. You don't just put one method of protection on your car or your home. You can, but why not take it a step further? Well, you got the front door locks, then you got the alarm system. Then, I don't know, you see the people in the purge, they put freaking shutters on their doors. Or for example, cars. You got the steering wheel lock, then you got the kill switch, then you got the tracker, then you got the car lock. So there's different methods, but when you compound them on top of each other, they all add to the protection. If we're just going by one method of protection, it's not really as protected as you can be. Now, that might be good enough for you, but not everybody needs to be out here not using a physical barrier. Some people like a physical barrier. Now you have to ask, is it cool if I use a physical barrier of protection method? Sometimes you just get blocked. You just get blocked right away. They don't even want to say yes or no. They're just like, oh, safe intercourse? Haven't you heard of the pill? I'm not with none of that. It's almost like, wait, when did we get to this point? It's like a reverse Uno. I'm like, whoa, I thought I was doing the commendable thing. If I say that to a woman, they're not offended, even if they're on birth control. They're like, hell yeah, get that physical barrier method out. Let's use it. I'm shocked you even wanted to use it. That's very upstanding of you. They don't, it's a respect thing. They're like, oh, you care about yourself? They're not used to that. So, yeah, I just noticed homosexual guys, they will block you, they'll shame you. It's like, I'm good. I'm good, bro. I'm good. I don't have anything. Like, I didn't say you did. This is not about you. This is about me. It's almost like you're telling them they're dirty or something like that. They get very offended or disgusted or just like you're not trying to have fun. And a lot of the language is like, yeah, let's do raw. Let's do raw. Let's just, yeah, that's it. No barrier method. We don't need that. Yeah. It's almost like, what's the point of having relationships if there's nothing to work up to? It used to be like, at least you have a consistent hookup partner, then you take the barrier method off. Like, remember that time? I don't know.